Howdy how. So this is going to be a really quick live, and I'm only doing this because I was on Soompi getting ready to go to work because we had a 2 hour delay. So I started saving my PJs until the last minute. I'm on Soompi reading this story about P Goon, formerly of Top Dog, and Yumin, formerly of Rania. And these are two people that I honestly could care less about because I quit following Top Dog a long time ago and I never really followed Rania like that. The only thing I ever really paid attention to was when they had Alex, the girl from the United States, who joined Rania to be the first black person in K pop, but really she should have been called the first guest appearance in K pop because, baby, she wasn't really in that group. There was nothing to indicate that she was actually a part of that group. But I digress. So anyway, Top Dog, Rania, really don't pay any attention to, not in my wheelhouse of thoughts or cares. But there's a story that comes out on Soompi, which is a very interesting story, and it once again proves my belief, men ain't shit. Let me talk about it, okay? So, the story is that Pigun and Yumin got married in August of 2018. And, it's not outside the realm of possibility that celebrities will meet each other and they'll decide we like each other, we want to get married, and let's do the damn thing. But let's just be completely honest here. Most of the time when idols get married, it's because the girl is pregnant. Like 9 times out of 10, it's because somebody's pregnant. In fact, I'd even be willing to say like 98 times out of 100, it's because the woman is pregnant. So, that could be thrown out there, but you hate to wish ill will on anybody. And they never spoke about expecting a child. Like, that never came out of their camps. Even months later, it wasn't said, hey, we're expecting our first child. However, interestingly enough, Pigun in recent days releases a picture of his son on his Instagram. And of course, I was like, son? When were you expecting a child? What's going on here? What's happening? What's up? Turns out that him and his wife were probably expecting when they got married because they had the baby in December. But they are currently going through a separation. So, in the midst of the separation, I guess they were all set to do it. And then she claims through her statement after the fact that they had agreed not to put the child's image out because they didn't want anybody saying anything about the child, probably because they figured people would say, oh, so that's the reason why y'all got married. So they didn't say anything about the child, didn't announce they were expecting, didn't announce the birth. Everything else was like hush hush. They were going to have a quiet separation, divorce, whatever else. And then he's like, hey, let's get back together. And they're talking about it. They hadn't really come to a conclusion. And then he puts the pictures out there. Let me just say this. I'm all for him being the father, being allowed to broadcast his personal life. However, he didn't make the decision to broadcast his personal life when him and his wife were still on good terms. He didn't make the decision to broadcast his personal life before the baby was born and be like, hey, by the way, I have this child coming. This was a decision that was made after it was obvious that him and his wife were not going to get back together. Then it was like, oh, well, since it seems like she don't want me no more, let me just ruin any chance she has of ever coming out in public with anything by letting people know she's got a kid. And why does this ruin her chances of anything? Because you can't be a divorced single mom in the Korean entertainment industry. It is almost impossible. Instead, you can be a single mom if your husband did something completely scandalous and shame-provoking, and you're like, I had to leave him to save the face of our family. Then people are like, okay, I get it, girl, you had to do what you had to do. But just being like, our relationship didn't work out, so I decided to raise my child on my own, scandal, shame, misogyny rains down on you. And Pigun, whoever he is currently now, I don't know if he's still a Top Dog. Is Top Dog even a thing? He, of course, can be a man with a child and live a life because society accepts that. A society will say, oh, you poor thing, you having a child on your own. I can't even imagine what good woman would turn you away when you seem willing to be in a relationship with your baby's mother. Not that you're willing to be a good father, a good husband, a good provider, anything else, just you're willing to stay married. If you're willing to stay married, you're a good man. So nobody sees him posting this child's picture on his Instagram for the vindictive move that it is, because he knows this doesn't hurt me, but this absolutely hurts you and any chance you had of saving face or having a reputation. Because this is the thing. If they were ashamed of the fact that she was pregnant when she got married, so they decided they were going to wait until the child was a little bit older, then get a divorce so people can count back the months to think, oh, well, it's been however many months since y'all got married, putting math together. Obviously, you were pregnant when you got married. If she was like, hey, let's separate, we won't say anything about it, and a year later we'll divorce and the public will be none the wiser, that's what a lot of people do. But to come out like this, it was a power move on his part. It was a vindictive move on his part, and I think that he should face backlash for it. I looked at the comment section of the article, and the one comment that was there was like, I don't know why she's mad. That's his son. He's a biological father. He could do what he wants, and they look alike, so I don't see what her problem is. The problem isn't the fact that he posted the picture, it's when he posted the picture. I mean, obviously, you can't hide a child forever. Eventually, people are going to know you have a child. But the timing is everything. While you can make something look honorable by revealing it in a certain amount of time, this he knows puts her in a shameful position in their society. And this is not me saying that they should be ashamed of having been pregnant when they got married. I'm saying that he knows what position this places her in, and for that reason alone, he ain't shit. And I wanted to make sure I did a video about that. So, yeah, this is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed talking about it, and I will talk to you later. Bye.